What's that? I'm live. Welcome, folks. It is I, Jonathan J.O. Owen. And old habits die hard, but I'm back and I'm here for you on YouTube. And so I just want to jump in and say, hey, thanks for tuning in. I am acting as the host tonight. I've got some other friends joining in, but however, if you join in tomorrow, the lovely and amazingly talented Kitty Kennedy will be coming in. Tonight is just going to kind of be a random hangout and say hey to all of you and get in with some other people who I happen to know and love and are incredibly awesome, yet so very, very cool. Such as like this guy. This is getting his light on. Daddy's beer. How's it going, bud? And we already have Bourbon and a baby. How old is the baby now, for goodness sakes? It's been so long, man. How is Max? Baby Max. Antonio from Whiskey Quest will hopefully be joining in later. And Josh Daniels from his YouTube channel. Unfortunately, he had to back out at the last minute. But tomorrow, Kitty Kennedy are going live, and we're going to this is just kind of a test run for the channel for all of you out there, but we're going to talk about, I was thinking about the horrors and terrors of being alone with your bourbon case and how many of those rare bourbons you've cracked already. I deliberately did not bring up my good stuff because I knew if I did, I would be very tempted to pop it and drink it with you all. I did bring let's see, tilt this a bit so you can see. I got my birthday right here and my Weller 12 just a little bit past that. There we go. Now I see you, Mr. Tony.
Hey.
13 months. Wow. Time just goes by so quick. So, what you drinking tonight, Mr. Tony?
Unfortunately, not anything. I am in my bunker / my mother-in-law's house outside of my car.
So, okay.
Yeah.
You're going for, you were given something with the House of Mouse, right?
Yeah. So basically, long story short, I had got a job offer to come back to work for Disney, and I was supposed to start on March the 18th. And literally the day before we started, we got, I think it was like the weekend right before, we got the word that the park wasn't going to be open. So it's just hard, man.
I can't even imagine Florida, much less the area, Orlando area, without Disney being open. And like, holy cow.
Yeah.
People must be going nuts.
Totally. Yeah, it's wild. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, I had a friend who said she was going to watch. I don't know if she's watching or not, but if you are, do me a favor and leave it in the comments, something in the comments there, Megan, if you're watching.
So, Joe, if not,
she's watching. If not, she's playing Animal Crossing. I want to check in and see if she is, because if so, she's somebody I'm starting with on the job, and the new job, for those of you who don't know, after I left the Party Source, I was offered an awesome job from Boone County Farm. Wow. It was pretty much everything that I was doing with the Party Source, YouTube, but it was all dedicated to one station. And I would be there, basically all their social media, some really cool stuff, get my hands dirty on the bourbon, help create, help in Ronnie, how's it going, man? Get my hands dirty and really dive in there. But in the last minute, they pulled out. And they backed off and they said, sorry, they were going to do this huge, like $1 million expansion that did not happen. And as a result, I was basically, my job was no longer going to exist. And somebody else offered me a sweet job working with their bourbon distillery, backed out again at the last minute. And so I just started going back to the liquor stores. And you ready for this, Tony? One of the liquor store guys actually said to me, and I quote, "I can't have you here stocking shelves." And I'm like, Why not? And he said, because it'd be like having Jimmy Russell bottling his own bourbon. I'm like, do you not know Jimmy Russell? Jimmy will bottle bourbon. And it's good to see you, Megan. Paused Animal Crossing just for us. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that nice of Megan?
That's awesome.
That's hard to get away from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I wanted to show Megan was this here. I got an empty cup, some glow in the dark green Grunfee absinthe. This stuff rocks in at 130 proof. I haven't opened her in a while, so I'm going to dip it a few times. Tomorrow night, Miss Kitty Kennedy and I will be doing a live stream to officially get to know the Bourbon know-it-alls. And I know I hate to do this, but the first drink I'm drinking on this new channel is not bourbon. So that is about an ounce of the good stuff. For those who don't know, absinthe is, the stuff that makes you hallucinate and all that stuff.
Yeah, light it up.
Light them up. You do that again. There it goes. You can see the torch in there. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Don't want to burn off too much alcohol.
Woo! 130 proof.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, I like that. I like burnt and licorice flavors. Okay, but now for the actual bourbon. This is what I thought would be a good one. One of my bourbon picks of 2019, which actually saw me labeled as unexpectedly one of the top 3 favorite palates of Cincinnati, one of the top 5 knowledgeable people in bourbon in Cincinnati. And I was just like, holy crap. That's quite the honor. And it was amazing. I did just recently have my 207th barrel pick.
Wow.
But this was one of Kitty and I's favorite for the year. This is the Michter's Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. Single barrel, 10-year-old, barrel proof, and it's coming in at 92. 92? Not barrel proof, I'm sorry. It is 92.8. You can't handle the licorice flavor. Megan is drinking cherries, Svedka. And let's see here. So tell them about your channel, Tony.
Oh, absolutely. Hold on one sec. Technical difficulty here. There we go. Yeah, so my channel is a geek/whiskey channel. I'm a big Star Trek nerd. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. I'm a Disney buff, but I love to have whiskey. So I started my channel as a pure whiskey channel. I used to work in the spirit and wine business for one of the biggest distributors out there, Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits. I'm no longer one of their managers, so I will say their name now. But basically, I'm a Disney fanatic and geek at heart, and I love a good dram of whiskey. So if you're a geek mom or dad and you like a little adult beverage but want to get some geeky information, it's the right place.
You're also one of the biggest Baby Yoda fans ever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Oh, man. Don't hate me, but I've never seen that show because I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh, man, you got to see it. It's so good.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's like an awesome throwback to what we loved in Disney. I'm sorry, in in the Star Wars stuff growing up.
Well, you know that song, Bringing Sexy Back? That Justin Timberlake song? Well, this is bringing Star Wars back.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a big undertaking. I'm not going to touch that with a stick at all. I'm not going to be labeled as one of those channels. I personally did not care for the new trilogy. I thought it had good potential, but it just kind of fell short. That's my personal opinion. If you like it, you like it. I don't hold anything against you. Such as, my son says his favorite of all the Spider-Man trilogy from Sam Raimi is number 3.
Yeah.
That's him. That's up to him. I'm not going to say he's wrong. He is wrong, though. No,
yeah, man.
I like Doc Ock in that one. That was really good.
Totally. Me too. Yeah, no, I was so with the new trilogy. But at the helm of Baby Yoda and stuff, it's Jon Favreau who brought us Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Dave Filoni, who's the one who literally brought us the Clone Wars and all the great content.
Oh, the Clone Wars started out slow. But man, by the end of that last season that we had where the Sith trainee went into hiding and Ahsoka left the Jedi Order, Yoda's trying to figure out who the Shadow is. And it was just like I was on pins and needles, and I'm just like, this is good stuff.
Well,
and
the
then it
last
disappeared.
season's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, so they actually got that new season out.
Yeah, it's going right now. My son and I watched the first couple episodes, but we're gonna wait a little longer so we could kind of watch them all, together.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
My son and I are that way with the not Star Wars. I'm sorry. Lost in Space series on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, season 1. Spoiler alert. I knew something like this was going to happen, but robot steps off the cliff
Yeah.
at little Robinson's orders, Will Robinson's orders, and the second he hits that first rock and the arm comes off and then he hits the ground, just my wife who was upstairs hears this howl of anguish and pain and just waterworks flowing, and I'm just like, holy crap, don't worry, I guarantee you he's gonna be back. He's just like, I'm like, you didn't cry this much when Optimus Prime died. He's like, what robot better?
That's funny. Yeah, man.
Okay, what's everybody drinking? We already have one person out there saying they've got some cherry Svedka. If anybody else I know in the chat is out there, let me know. While you're at it, smash that like button. It would mean a lot because the channel's just starting. All that stuff plays into it all. And tune in tomorrow night. That would be awesome.
Dude, so I have to tell you at least what I was drinking before I came out here.
Fire away.
Chattanooga whiskey.
Oh, how is it?
Yeah, it was the 18. Oh man, Josh would know the most popular impression of it. It's just 1842 or something like that. That's gonna kill me. But yeah, I was just having some. It was awesome. I was actually drinking it in one of the solo cups. For talking whiskey, and this just honor talking whiskey.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. If you guys are out there listening, check out if you want to learn some fun stuff. Talking Whiskey, Big Daddy's Bear Cave with Tony here. Tony it's the best description. He's the biggest teddy bear you will ever meet. And Tony is the one that brought us all together. Brought the group, the guys from, if you go back to the old channel, the Party Source Reviews, before I moved away, it was Tony and I, Tony, Antonio, Josh Daniels and I, we would all get together on a regular basis just to have like an annual get together and just what was happening. But in order for this, I'm going to throw this out before I get distracted. My roommate wants to know what kind of wine tips you all had. What kind of wine tips? Drinking, storing, broadening your palate. Please let me know in the comments. Tony and I can certainly throw down on that one.
Definitely.
Me, what kind of wine do you enjoy, Tony? Do you like a white or a red?
I love a good Garvester Miner.
Ooh,
I'm really into the German. Oh yeah, Garvester. Anything German beer, German wine. I mean, I'm such a huge fan. Everything comes out of Germany. My wife has German roots. I have a little bit of German roots, but I love. It sounds terrible, but I like a good sweet wine.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Everyone's palate's different, but yeah, we love the sweet wines.
Okay. Let's see here. Jane, my wife, does really enjoy ports. Juicy, more the juicy sweet ports, but they have the cognac addition to it, so their residual cell walls are breaking down, releasing more and more sugars. Good. But yet they are, where wine will get you 3 fingers, they're a 2-finger. Yeah, and it's just so delicate, and once you start into them, they're hard to quit. I nearly destroyed my palate when I first started training on wine because I drank nothing but port.
Yeah.
I love me when I'm sitting down, the drink of wine. It all depends on what temperature, what I'm eating. Exactly. It's really hard. Personally, I enjoy a nice red wine over a white wine, but I do enjoy some of the crazy, unique ones, such as like the ice vines, the late Riesling harvest. I love those. But when I start getting into those, they're really expensive for like 200 milliliters, but they last you forever. My wife doesn't do those too much because that white, sickly sweet just doesn't do it for her. I like it like in a tiny, tiny little dram. But I'm back to my old tricks of dominating the camera here once I start talking on this.
No, man. No, you know what's crazy? My family actually was one of the first families to bring wine to California. It's this really cool ancestry. I've been kind of going through my ancestry lately, and they literally developed the first winery out there. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, man. I was just telling my wife, I'm like, even though I've taken certifications in wine, it's like I should be knowing more.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, I'm going to throw this out real quick. Megan, who is, let's see here, my boyfriend makes mead. If you're interested in that, okay.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, I did that a while back, and it was a mess, but I want to revisit it. Megan and I decided that somehow or another we were siblings that were separated somehow or another, and it's just like we were like that cog that we were just like knew we could get each other into so much trouble so quickly, and it has happened at work already, and we're not open, and we've caused many disturbances.
Oh, it's so fun.
But for me, let's see here. Eating chicken or normally white meats. You want like a white wine, salads or white wines. Light nuts and berries and certain cheeses are wine or white wine. When you start getting into the heavier things like thicker, like steaks, and when I say thicker, I mean thicker flavors, such as like swordfish, deep sea snapper, not the light sweet fish like mahi and tilapia. Those are white wine. These, when you start getting these other ones that are thicker and more fishy, you want something red. For me, I love a deep, not Cabernet Sauvignon. I love a Syrah. I love the smoky element of Syrah. I mean, it's just, it's not delicate. It's bold. It's thick. It's tannic. You taste it, and it just coats your mouth. You take that sniff, and you get that natural smoke that just seems to come off from the grape skin. Definitely. And it's, I've had it, I describe them as chewy at times, because when you take that sip, this tan, you know what I mean? It's that mouthfeel. I'll give an imitation here. You spit, but I'm swallowing this because I'm not spitting out 10-year-old bourbon here. Probably one of my guilty pleasures, if I can get it. Chateauneuf de Pop. Chateauneuf de Pope. I absolutely love that. The House of the Pope, which, in case I'm going to label my nerdism here, it's a strip of land, which is basically a row, and you have like 3 vineyards, one on this side, and then one dead smack in the middle. And the one in the middle is the House of the Pope, because it has heavy, thick rocks that are lined up underneath it. So they capture the heat, keeping the grapes warm at night. So you get this thicker, more heated, juicier grape. Really quite good. And let's see here. Bourbon and a Baby says, I have to go. Max is ready for bed. I'll catch you live tomorrow. Take care, fellas. Awesome, dude. It's great seeing you. Peace. Be safe. Kitty's joining tomorrow. Hopefully Antonio will be jumping in later. Yeah. If not, it's just awesome talking with you, man, and doing this again.
Yeah, man.
Gosh, I've missed this so much.
Totally.
Okay.
Especially with everything going on, world-wise, you got to stay connected. My mom had just called me up. My brother-in-law is a first responder.
Oh,
and he's in the military. He's a fireman, and he's military. He's been both Army and also Air Force. And last night he was called out to a scene where they're in Phoenix, where their captain was shot and killed by an assailant. And he was there to try to save the captain. And she just called to let me know that he was safe, and basically just keep him in prayers type of thing. And he's safe. He's absolutely safe. But he was there to try to help save the captain. It's really sad, man.
That's rough. We haven't really had anything bad like that other than just finding toilet paper. The hotel was supposed to open up its release date. I want to eventually put together like a video tour of this thing, because it is awesome. Unreal. I mean, Megan is one of the front desk ladies. And this place, I mean, when they say customer service, they've had us before we were shut down on a hardcore 2-week customer service training. For those of you who know me from the party stores with my customer service, imagine that times 10. And you get the general idea. It is amazing. And the funny thing is I was leading up to this we were supposed to open the 19th, but the close down happened on the 16th. So rather than sitting around collecting unemployment, I just thought, I'm going to go nuts. So I got a job at the local grocery store, which is actually paying incredibly well to stock the shelves with all the overtime. But what I was leading on to is I started applying some of that, like 2/10 of that, some of that customer service level that they taught us there at this local grocery store. And these people are just falling over, like you stop.
Like, what?
Let me help you. This is my pleasure to show you and walk you exactly to where you want to be. What are you doing with this? Let me go this extra mile. And they're just like, I remember you from last week. I've been here for 15 years and nobody wants to talk to me. Well, why not? Do you want to come back?
Totally.
Okay, I'll shut up here. Now, I'll let you take lead on this one here. Coronavirus lockdown cocktail suggestions. Now, as I know from other YouTubers, we are not allowed to say that word, and so we'll just call it the Rona cocktail. What do you think?
Oh man, I am an old-fashioned fanatic, thanks to you. But I love a good old-fashioned. Anything that uses bourbon. I love all spirits. On my channel, I've gone over tequila, I've gone over whiskeys, of course, but bourbon is just so classic American, and it's so versatile, and you can really just do so many great stuff with it. Or my second favorite, do some island drinks.
Oh yeah, okay.
Can't beat that. Bring a little island.
I love island drinks. Yeah. So she is Megan. I'm going to step out and say I'm going to guess since she's drinking the vodka, the cherry vodka. She's probably more the sweet drinker. Yeah. So if I'm wrong on that, correct me. But I'm going to say for her, let's throw in a. Okay, what was she drinking? She was drinking. Well, we got to throw this one up real quick, Baby Yoda for life. But let's see here. Cherry Svedka. Okay, so it is Cherry Svedka.
Yeah.
All right, what you think? I'm thinking. You do a cherry lemonade. That'd be super simple, but. You want to think it's something special to really, for the lockdown. Maybe you could do a forget me-not cocktail. Line it with like absinthe. Okay. You know what? We could call it like the stir crazy. With that name there, strength drinks all the way. I do love me an old fashioned. Okay. Okay, so we'll call this one the stir crazy.
I love a Valley High.
Okay. Oh God! You know what? We're gonna go hardcore. We're gonna get one of those sour grape. Four Locos as the base. We're gonna put that as the base. Then we're gonna get some pineapple schnapps. Kind of go with that. Maybe rim the glass with it, and you put that. If not, you rim it with the malt beer. No, we're not gonna add that yet. We're gonna rim with the tiki glass. 1 ounce of pineapple, plantation pineapple, because that one. That one is 70% alcohol. It actually tastes like friggin' pineapples.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, 1 ounce of that. Then we're gonna run in with give me an ingredient or give an ingredient to it.
Well, you gotta do some maraschino cherries if we're gonna do cherry.
Luxardo.
Yeah, like some like cherries.
Yeah, Luxardo cherry maraschino liqueur.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll add just a touch of a really good whipped cream vodka. So then you have your pineapple, you have your cherry, then you have that very whipped creamy flavor in there, and you stir it. And then just for the sake of it, we'll float that just a little bit of the Four Loko sour grape on top. If not, the sour watermelon or one of those just one of the other ones that they have that is more. They have like a Hawaiian, a Mountain Dew one, the gold. That would actually work. Float just a hair on that, and you can serve it as a shot, or you put it in a glass with ice, stirred, of course, stir, and then you pour the crazy on top, which is the Four Loko. What you think, Megan? We'll have to do this one night.
Seriously. So, what's the name of the new channel?
The new channel is the Bourbon Know-It-Alls.
Awesome. I'm gonna get pulled up right now because I'm gonna share this on Twitter.
Okay. What will we suggest for Red Bull other than vodka? Well, first off, I don't expect Red Bull. I don't like to drink my alcohol and Red Bull together. Megan does say the cocktail sounds perfect, and it sounds amazing. So definitely something in which I want to pull up a recipe and see if we can actually create that, see how well it works. But, geez, what would you mix with Red Bull?
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm with you. I don't like mixing my Red Bull. Red Bull, I like Red Bull. I mean, unless it's vodka, that's pretty much the only thing I'm going to mix with Red Bull.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure I can Google some Red Bull cocktails real quick, but man, this is not something I ever really went out of my way to do. It's like to make a Red Bull cocktail. It does have that strong cherry, kind of a slight cola. Definitely get the roots and the herbs in there. I would use it as like a splash flavor. She says, that's fair. My roommate was curious. Okay. I would use Red Bull as a splash of flavor rather than using it as my solid base. I would be using it like as in like a teaspoon just to add a little extra flavor. Mentally, I think it would go very well with any pineapple-based drink, especially if you're just putting a splash on top of it or stirring that splash in. The problem is if you get too much of the Red Bull, it is going to become incredibly medicinal. Yeah. I keep trying to develop one of them that we could use like cinnamon with, like Hot Damn or oh goodness, Fireball. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Hang on. Boom.
Who do we have?
We got Whiskey Quest.
Antonio, what's up, man?
We have there lurking in the shadows.
Hey, man.
What's up, guys?
It is awesome to see you, buddy. Tomorrow night, Kitty and I are officially doing our first ever Get to Know-It-Alls. And it's the Bourbon Know-It-Alls. And we have a coworker right now in the group. Oh, okay, hang on. Megan says this. She doesn't like pineapple. So much for the pineapple and Red Bull idea. We got a question of what would you, other than vodka, in a Red Bull? But we can always get back
to Red Bull.
Yeah.
Anybody say whiskey yet?
Yeah, seriously.
It's like we've all decided, we're not really big into mixing the Red Bull. I'd use it as a flavoring agent. Tony, tell him about
yes, sir.
Antonio, tell him about your channel.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, which one? You got two of them now. What?
I think he meant which Tony, because we're both
Antonio. I'm sorry. You're Tony. You're Antonio. Whiskey Quest is Antonio. Sorry.
All right.
They're both Tonys, guys.
Yeah. and we're both Mexican, so
who are you asking?
I wasn't going there.
Yeah.
What you drinking?
What are you drinking, bud?
Me, myself?
Yeah.
I got the Jane Walker.
Oh,
the 10-year-old.
How is that?
The new release that came out.
Oh, it's so awesome.
It's actually pretty good. It's a blended malt, so
that's
very,
so cool.
very fruity and sweet. So tiny hints of smoke too.
Yeah, I'm doing Michter's straight from the barrel straight rye 10-year-old. One of my picks of the year last year. Incredibly good, and we just helped our person in chat, Megan, and her roommate develop a cocktail forum called Stir Crazy, which we settled on plantation pineapple rum, about 1 ounce, 1 ounce of whipped cream vodka, 1 ounce of a cherry liqueur, preferably a Luxardo maraschino, and then ice stirred, topped with the crazy, which is a bit of probably the gold Four Locos. Just a float on top of it. So that's the Stir Crazy.
Hey, J.O.
What's up, man?
So I just shared the stream on Facebook. I'm sorry, excuse me, not Facebook, Twitter. If anyone wants to follow me, my Twitter's Whiskey Bear Cave, at Whiskey Bear Cave.
I don't think I have you.
Oh, dude, you got to add me. I know I followed you.
Twitter, you said?
Yeah, on Twitter. Man, I've been having so much fun on Twitter lately. It's been kind of exploding.
Okay. The thing, I am running like 3 different Twitter channels inadvertently. When I did lead the party source, somebody it's called Down Home Bourbon. He reached out to me and he asked me to run that for him because he had no idea what to do. Okay. So I'm running that. I've made some really, really good friends. Kitty and I developed one, which is the Bourbon Know-It-Alls.
Awesome.
And there it is. Okay. I'm sorry, you're under Big Bear?
Whiskey Bear Cave.
Whiskey Bear Cave. So the Whiskey Boys. Let me just search for you.
Yeah, add me on all of them. I'll start retweeting and chatting you up.
I've got the Whiskey Bear Beer Bar. Whiskey Bear Cave.
Yeah, our Big Daddy's Bear Cave.
Big Daddy's Bear Cave. Here we go.
Yeah, man.
Gotcha.
Just look for the Star Trek stuff and Star Wars stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's some good stuff. Is that Flash Gordon on the left?
Yeah, man.
That is Flash Gordon. Nice.
Yeah,
got
man.
my nerd cred there.
It's
Boy.
awesome.
Can you talk about the amazing drinks we will have at the Sabito and Vista Bar? Oh,
yeah. Let's tell us about that.
Hang tight. I got to pull it up here. We've got some incredible smoked cocktails.
Wow.
And while I'm searching for that, Antonio, what have you been up to, man?
I just been drinking whiskey as usual, and that's about it, guys. I haven't been up to much lately. As you all know, we're stuck at home, so
whiskey's good.
Yeah.
much I can do right now. I can't travel or anything like that, so
yeah.
But once we can, I'm gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Me too. This is if it weren't for me actually going out to work, I think I'd probably snap my mind. And it's just not been easy. That on a lot of people I know.
Totally.
Okay, so the first one we got is a Dragon Mule. The Dragon Mule is Kettle One ginger beer, Cointreau, dragon fruit, homemade dragon fruit puree. We're making all of our own puree. We're putting cayenne pepper to rim the glass with. But actually, that one gets a bit of the cayenne pepper sprinkled in it. Half a lime, and when it comes out, it is like this maroon purple with the passion fruit pieces, the seeds floating in there. Wow. And it is such a unique drink. It's very pretty to look at. After that one, it's the Lady Louise, in which we get to talk about the building a bit. The Lady Louise Inn, or the Anna Louise Inn, the hotel is built out of that. The old Anna Louise Inn is Anna Louise was the niece of former President Taft.
Wow.
And she built it. It was built, and basically it started out as like a house for women who wanted to basically like get on their feet, get a job, or just come into town. And, you know, when a lady would come into town, it was wrong for them to stay at a friend's house because they needed a place. And so, you know, thank goodness we've all moved past this in our society. But then it turned into a home for wayward women. Uh-oh. We
lost
lost Tony.
Antonio.
Hopefully he'll jump back in.
Yeah.
And they fixed it all up. There he is. He's connecting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll get him on. Okay. And so they named this cocktail after her, the Lady Louise, which is Tito's vodka, some, let's see here, rose. We're using a bit of we're using rosé wine, fresh strawberries, lemon juice, simple syrup, and we muddle them together, and then we serve it in a glass. And so it's very pretty because it comes in a wine glass.
Mhm.
And it looks like a sangria when it's made. Because you
Wow.
have like these chunks of strawberries and lime wedges in there. And so it is very beautiful and it's incredible. Oh my word.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Talk about an OG there.
Hello.
Vanessa, it is awesome to see you. Welcome to the new channel. We're officially christening.
Yes.
Christening it tomorrow. Kitty and I will get to know your know-it-alls. And this was kind of a test run and a hangout with some of my best YouTube friends I've ever had.
Awesome.
And just say how much, God, I miss you guys.
Yeah, man, we miss you being online. The community's not the same.
I miss you. I miss
Yeah.
Tony. Miss you, Antonio. I mean, I haven't even been able to watch the videos. I'm trying to get back into that. It's just you think I'd have more time to do it, but I haven't.
Oh, and then Josh from Talking Whiskey started a new channel too, so that's pretty cool.
What's that one? I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's Expedition Adventure, I believe it is. I could try to find the name itself, but it's awesome.
He mentioned that before I left.
Yeah, he's doing amazing work. His photography skills are just crazy good. And
Yeah.
he's getting into a lot of adventures around Tennessee, exploring some he did this one about the graves of fire and ice, and he was trying to find some lost graves. Man, it's really cool.
Oh,
just
wow. It sounds like I really need to check him out.
Dude, kind of Josh Gates style. That's the best way to put it. Lots of fun. I'm really excited to see where he's going to go.
I didn't even know it was them. I thought it was like a group that he created on Facebook. So he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a new YouTube channel. I'm gonna just really quick try to find the name for you.
That would be awesome.
I just want to give you the exact name.
That's what it is. Expedition Travels, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, I'll check him out for sure. I didn't know that. I don't think he. Maybe I missed it, but.
Yeah,
definitely
Expedition
check him out.
Adventure. Expedition Adventure, and at Twitter, Expedition AVE1. But Expedition Adventure on YouTube. Yeah, that's awesome.
Expedition Adventure. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, definitely subscribe. Yeah, so Antonio, I'm sitting out in my bunker. We're at my mother-in-law's house still, so I'm sitting out in my truck.
What's up?
So I'm not. Unfortunately, that's the only reason why I'm not drinking some bourbon right now. Even though I'm not operating the vehicle, I always believe in safety first. Even though there's not any keys in ignition.
Well, I think it's cutting off. Couldn't hear you.
I was gonna say I'm actually stuck outside in my car because my wife and I are still with my mother-in-law, so I don't have the studio for Big Daddy's Bear Cave up.
I've got an Expedition Vehicle Adventure.
Yeah. Let me see if I have.
Yeah, if you would just copy and paste it into the chat, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
We're up to, not bad, guys. We're 5 likes for the first video. Nice. Wow. I remember that took me forever to get that. But man, honestly, it's just amazing to hang out and talk with you all. I keep saying that. I've missed you all so much. I mean, so are you under quarantine, Antonio? Tony, you're not under quarantine, are you?
No, we're not under quarantine, but I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're in Florida.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man.
My connection's kind of bad today.
Are you I don't remember what state you're in, but are you under quarantine yet, Antonio?
Chicago.
Oh yeah, you're in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, we're quarantined.
You are? Okay.
Can't
I
go
know,
anywhere except grocery shopping. That's about it. The doctor.
We did I went to the hardware store yesterday, which was Home Depot was allowed to remain open. And they were building concrete pylons and then they put 4x4s, and they're building basically a corral for people to get in.
Wow.
Why they're doing this? So one way in, one way out, with new ordinance that are in play until June 1st. Only so many people allowed into a building at a time. I don't know if this continues over to grocery stores or not, but the fire marshal was supposed to come in and give them an exact.
By me, as long as people just keep their distance.
Yeah, it needed to happen because nobody was paying any attention, and they were just like pushing each other out of the way in groups to get in the door. And 6 feet people, 6 feet.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. I saw
as long as we
you up.
Follow the rules, things will get better. But
I think we're all Josh's new channel. Josh's new channel.
I saw it. Come on, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like I'm able to do that. It's
That's
called
so
Josh's
cool.
new channel.
Oh well, Josh's new channel. I just did it really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the link in the chat.
Okay. So let's see here. I believe we have Vanessa, Kitty, and still have Megan in chat. Megan, in case you don't know, Antonio, she's I guess you could say a lost sister of mine somehow or another. We don't know how we're related, but we know that nobody can be as crazy as both of us when we're put together, so we have to be related somehow. And really, really bad influences for each other.
Yeah, Antonio is my lost cousin. We're practically family.
Nice. Yeah, no, I did. Let's see here. Vanessa, what have you been up to? She was one of our huge cigar fans, in which I'm hoping, I can't guarantee it, that my buddy Greg from the cigar channel was going to jump on just to say hi.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
I don't really miss the smoking of the cigars. I miss the culture and the society. It was just man, you never would have thought that from a chunk of tobacco would bring everybody together like that.
Absolutely. Man, there's so much pride. I'm only about 30 minutes from Ybor City in Tampa, Florida. I literally can get to Ybor City within 30 minutes. And Ybor City is really the birthplace here in the States of cigars. The Cuban culture, it's amazing, man. I love hanging out over there. I've always wanted to do like a tour of like one of the old places because they still do stuff like that out there.
Yeah. Don't sweat it.
My connection's horrible tonight.
Everybody's on the internet because they're locked in at home.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
my brother's in California. They're on lockdown.
I'm working from home and it sucks.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. My wife was allowed to work from home. My son is on school, no school. So he's here doing online schooling. And I don't know about Tony, you actually homeschool your boy. And Antonio, you have two girls?
Homeschool family. Yeah, we're a homeschool family. Sorry, a little bug came in. And it's great because we're kind of like, this is business as usual.
Okay. And Antonio, you have two girls, or do you have? Am I mistaken there? No. Boss, you there? And,
sorry, man, I'm outside.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry
was
about
that?
it, man. Hunting down this year's shade leaf and broadleaf, harvest up here just so I can roll cigars before it all disappears. Vanessa actually, her family used to own a tobacco field, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and so when we would go live for the cigar channel or just the cigar videos, she would just jump in and she knew everybody.
So
She knew the following. She knew what everybody was smoking. It was it was again. I miss the community and all the people that when I did leave the party.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is what I'm going to miss the most. I'm going to miss the friends I've made, the community I made on YouTube.
Well, the community goes hand in hand with bourbon and whiskey and just, drinking a good drink while you're smoking your cigar. It's the perfect combination.
And we have Jacob Downey. How are you doing, man? It is awesome to see you. Yeah, and Vanessa does say the cigar chats were nice. I can't guarantee that anything like that is going to happen in the future, but I would love if there was some way I can incorporate it into it. Antonio says, unfortunately, he doesn't think he's going to be able to get back in.
Oh, no.
He's kicking him out. And so, yeah.
Well, Antonio, we miss you, man.
I'm letting them know. Thank you so much for joining in. We're doing this again. I know that.
Yeah.
And Kitty will try and join in with us. Kitty, as in Kitty Kennedy, my partner from the YouTube channel at TPS. She and I created this channel. It was her idea to create this channel. And she is we're christening the channel tomorrow night.
Awesome. Thank you, Kitty. We gotta, I'm so glad y'all are doing this. Yeah, man. It was really cool. We have a really neat bar out here called the Federalist. Yeah, it's actually in Lakeland, the city my wife and I have lived in for years. And I was actually, since this transition with everything, I've been doing a lot of Uber and Lyft. So I've been taking a lot of bartenders and servers to different restaurants. And, I'm not going to say what's going on for obvious reasons with the stream. But, it's the folks like y'all that are doing, that are bartending, that are in the service business. Those are the folks that are so affected right now.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
It just kills me. At Disney, I have so many friends that's what they do. That's their whole livelihood. And, I definitely just think, the biggest thing is that everyone's got to remember it's supporting local businesses right now. Even if you're on lockdown, you're on lockdown. But if you're not, like I'm not in Florida. Yesterday, my wife and I, we went to our favorite Mexican restaurant and we did a takeout order just because we know that they're hurting right now. And it's literally family owned and operated in multiple locations. We've lost a lot of businesses that have literally told us that they're out of business now. Yeah. And it's terrible. There's
my favorite local bar. My wife and I are trying everything we can to keep them from happening to them. And he's my personal favorite local bartender, and he's definitely my son's. Now, before you think that I'm going there and get cocktails for my kids, I am. We go there, and my 10-year-old boy sits down, and the bartender knows my son, and he will say, "What do you want?" And Sam will say, "Can you make me something with strawberries? Can you make me something sour?" And so Bill will make the best mocktails for my son. No alcohol whatsoever. Yeah. But it just kind of gives perspective. I'm waiting for a friend. I'm at the bar and I'm drinking my cocktail. And my son has this gigantic coup glass that is like fluorescent green or some kind of goopy color with this whipped egg white on top. So it's very frosty, fruity. And he's emulating me. And so he's... But long and short of it is, my friend comes in and he's a big bourbon head and he sees me sipping my cocktail. And my son, what he thinks is an alcoholic beverage, it's a mocktail. Don't worry.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And JoJo, thank you so much for subscribing. That's awesome. No, JoJo's
so cool.
cider reviews. I am not familiar with that one.
Hey, cider's awesome.
I like a good cider.
Yeah, man, me too.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know him. I'm going to hit him up here. I'm looking at some of his stuff. He looks like a group chatter. Yeah, he's got, looks like, right now, 5 different reviews.
Yeah, when I get online, I'll check it out too. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's, I love a good cider. Honestly, Amos and I, we decided our favorite cider was, Recorderling.
Uh-huh.
The Recorderling ciders were incredible.
Wow.
Oh, Whiskey Quest says it is terrible. Got to support the small business location they're trying to open.
Oh, so much.
And then he says you guys are streaming perfectly. It was just with the bad connection. Dude, sorry, man.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of really cool breweries here in Tampa, and I actually just did a review with one of them. It was awesome. They have a grapefruit drink. It's called Pulp Friction.
Ooh,
not fiction, friction.
Yeah,
and dude, so amazing. It was so crisp. I just put the review up on my channel, and it's just I was loving it, man. So good. Florida has a lot of good local breweries.
There's a lot of them down there that I want to see, but it's like right now, I think we're all just in a holding pattern of just like we're waiting to see what's going to happen. And it's like when we come out, I know our economy is going to explode because everybody's going to be, I got to get out. So they're going to hit every restaurant, every bar they can hard for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then it'll settle into normal. Totally. That's my prediction, just for me, working all those years in the industry and whatnot, just kind of a little bit of human psychology there. But I could be way off. It could be a lot shorter, it could be a lot longer. But I know the first thing's going to happen is people are posting on Facebook, we're having the biggest St. Patrick's Day Mardi Gras party people have ever seen.
Holding it.
Yeah, opening day parade and all is going to happen.
Totally.
We've all missed it.
Yeah, man. Here in Orlando, we're really missing everybody. I mean, this is we've lived here about 12 years, and it's really weird driving down the roads and not seeing the tourists. We live for our guests in Orlando. That is literally our lifeblood. And I mean, I know that's true for a lot of places, but really, everyone from the United States, when this is over, come visit us. We need you back.
My friend who actually lives in Key West says the whole island is out of toilet paper.
Wow. Oh, no. Dude, I grabbed my last roll in my store today. I put it on Twitter.
Oh, man. One of my friends created a great picture. He tied a red balloon to a drainage pipe, and then that storm drain, he put a toilet paper on top of it.
That's funny.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I had a meme of that guy giving toilet paper, like, instead of roses to his girl. It's awesome.
It's interesting. It's things that you would never think. And this is definitely something that we're going to see at the end of a year, not a year in a review, but a decade in review. We're going to see that. And we're all going to think, oh my gosh, I remember that. But
yeah,
we can't say anything that hasn't been said before.
Absolutely. My wife and I, we have family that have it out west and are battling right now. So,
oh no.
Yeah, out in Nevada. Yeah, Vegas.
I was briefly in contact with my dad, and he lives in Deep East Texas, and he said it hasn't gotten past the Piney Woods curtain yet.
Okay.
So they're okay down there.
Yeah.
Don't have much contact with any of my family members, but he's like the closest one I'm in contact with, of any of them. So let's see here. And Whiskey Quest says, man, that TP, wow, never thought it'd be the hardest thing to find. I'm so glad it wasn't whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, me too,
honestly, man. When they were talking about price gouging, I was so tempted to start calling some of these people who are jumping prices on bourbon.
Dude, did you see the article about the restaurant in DC that had all the famous bourbons, the Pappy Van Winkles, and all that. I put it on Twitter, so on my Twitter account, go check it out. But it was crazy, man. This guy owns 2 bars, and he literally is selling his rare bourbons to make payroll. Now that is what I'm talking about as far as an owner goes, and that's, I commend him big time. I mean, it's sad that he's selling these expensive bourbons, and we're talking about $1,000 bottles of bourbon, plus, but he's doing the right thing, and the bourbon's going to good homes. So I mean, that's definitely good.
Yeah. I'll say one thing, the company I'm working for, I say we but Megan's no longer in chat. It is the Pyramid Group. It is the part of, basically, it's an independent group that buys the right to use the Marriott name.
Wow.
The Marriott AC Autograph Collector. And when the former owner of, he is the owner of New Riff, he heard through the grapevine that I got hired with this new 5-star hotel opening up, and he was ecstatic that they brought me on to do what I was doing. And I got one of the best compliments ever, and he's from him. And that was when we were doing, after I left the Party Source, I did a speech with like a bunch of different distillers about the future of the bourbon industry. And I was the only retailer there, and I was with, Ken Lewis, Ed Blay, Mary Beth, and I mean, all these big distillery names. I'm with these guys and gals, and I'm there, but Ken says, "You're no longer at the Party Source. I want you to know I miss going in there and seeing your smiling face." And I was
Absolutely,
just like,
man.
"Wow, that was truly, truly humbling. I cannot thank you enough." But he was super happy, and especially when he heard you're working for the AC, he's like, they're not going to regret you. And it's just, but anyway, this hotel, it's a 5-star hotel. They've got a 5-star restaurant, 2 5-star bars, one on the roof, in which the roof has this gigantic glass, like, you might remember this. Going into the Sizzlers or restaurants in the 80s, there was that corner that came off that was all glass like that. Well, imagine that like 500 times bigger, but the whole ceiling opens up like like that, and all the windows on the side open up. So it instantly becomes an outdoor bar on the roof, which you can overlook and see the actual the Red Stadium. You can see the P&T building. And but I say all of this because these guys know how to run a company. They know how to treat their employees. And about a week after they were closed, they had stuff in their freezers that they knew would go bad. So they they brought in the kitchen staff, to make pizzas in their fire brick oven. And they made pizzas all day long, starting with the employees. They gave to the employees, and then they just started passing them out to anybody in the community who wanted a nice fire brick pizza at no charge. So awesome. Yeah. And just awesome. Like, that is awesome, Yeah,
man. Yeah, I was able to watch your Facebook Lives that you were doing, man. I'm so excited for you. And, I know with everything going on, I mean, it's like, I was just telling my wife, I was like, this happened at the weirdest time possible. For me too, like with not being able to work for Disney. Oh, and now
you were so excited too. I mean, you were supposed to start the very next day.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Disney, it's a process that takes like 2-3 months. So, I mean, I had been working at this, and the sad part, man, is if I would have started a week or two before, I would be paid right now. They're paying all their employees, and it's just really hard because I have friends that work there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, we're getting paid." So, I mean, I'm a firm believer in higher power and all that, and everything happens for a reason. So, yep.
Yeah, you just it sounds cliche, and it doesn't. Not to say I don't take responsibility, but sometimes it is just best to step back and say, "Take the wheel." I have no idea what the heck I'm doing.
Totally.
And believe what you guys want to believe, but I'm a believer. It happened throughout my life more than once, and it's just I know there's a higher power, and I know who it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now with that all said, for me, I think it's just we were 3 days away from opening, like 3-4 days away from opening. We were supposed to be doing, and then I just remember you saying I'm 1 day away, and then my friend Greg, who was the cigar guy, his wife got this incredible, knockout amazing job where they were going to go to Florida.
Wow.
And they said, yeah, you're supposed to go to Florida. Go ahead. We're going to put you up, get you trained. And they got about 2 states away, and they called and said, sorry, no, not going to happen. Go back. We'll set you up at it. And so they're going to Louisville now.
Okay.
And, but so it's literally like, three of us. I find that all kind of funny that, the 3 of us from our group here were in that boat of just like reaching out and grabbing it and just for it to be, dangled a little bit further away.
Yeah.
I know
you got to make life choices. And you got to do the best you can, and the truth is I'm going to start probably, well, I already have, just looking to see where other doors open up. Unfortunately, I can't wait that long. That's the hard part.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's hard.
Because you are the nerd channel.
Yes.
Hang on, I'm gonna put myself on full
Lord
screen.
of the Rings?
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna put myself on full screen here.
Uh-huh.
And here you go.
Wow, that is so awesome. That's from the Hobbits, right?
Yep, that is actually Lord of the Rings. It is Sting.
Uh-huh.
You have the Elven script on there.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely a decoration piece, but it is nice and balanced. It's not sharp at all, but I wouldn't want it out. And my handle is not leather, it is a plastic handle. Sheath is awesome. Plastic. But it does have metal scroll work on it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, I saw this at the Renaissance Fair, and I've been trying to get one. Oh, that's Rinky. That's Rinky right there.
That's awesome. Gio, did I lose you, bud?
Nope, I just put you on there. Yeah, that's Rink.
Okay.
So there's Sting. I went to a local Renaissance Fair. I'd been trying to get one for years, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm buying one. It was like $70, and I'm like, I can't pass that up. I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, seriously. Dude, I can't wait to go get my lightsaber in Sabi's workshop over at Galaxy's Edge. They're like $200, man, and I still haven't done it. It's just been holding off.
My deal was, I said, the first really, really nice paycheck I get from the new job, I was going to buy an Oculus Rift, or at least save up for one. It was just like, okay, I can start saving on this date, maybe have it around this time. So,
hey, JL, I gotta ask you, man, have you watched Picard yet?
No, I don't have CBS All Access.
Okay. Watch it. I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay. I am TN all the way, but I'm hearing it's not really officially Star Trek because it's under the copyright. They're trying to explain the copyrights and how it doesn't really work with things, but I don't fully. They said, when they actually asked the producers, how does this work? They said, I don't know. But that's how come they do like all the giant, it can't be it's over the top, exaggerated science fiction, projection screens and everything else is what they're doing for them. When I saw that the first time, that's not Star Trek. But now I understand why, is because they couldn't use it because it was underneath the contract of the other one.
Yeah, try not to listen to the haters. There's a lot of haters out there that are just hating on it. And here's the deal, okay? It's kind of, and I am not a millennial. I'll tell you that right up. I'm not a millennial. I am before the millennials. I'm Gen X. But it's kind of like boomers versus millennials. You have all these, and I even hate using the term boomers because I technically am more of a boomer than a millennial. But
I'm a Gen Xer, so that means I'm a boomer.
I'm Gen Xer. And it's like I'm 80s, and it's just funny to me because there's a lot of old school Trek people that are just hating on it because of the new style and all that. So, but I loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I definitely want you to see what you think about it.
I would
Be
like to
careful
see
on
it.
my Twitter,
Right
though.
now,
Don't get spoiled.
I'm on hold, and whenever I don't go in with when it's something
Yeah.
like that, I go in with a full open mind. I try
Okay.
not to let my brain or other people influence my brain in any way, shape, or form. But it's like that with bourbon, and
Yes.
it's like if somebody tells me it's going to be the best thing I've ever tasted, I hear that from like 5 different people.
Mm-hmm.
I go in and I say, "This isn't the best thing I've ever tasted." You got my hopes there, and completely the opposite too. So when it comes into things like this, I try to go in neutral minded, especially like
Yeah.
the Ghostbusters or the female Ghostbuster. Did not like the movie at all,
Either
but
did
that
I.
was my choice. I just
Sure.
saw it as another remake. And, I saw where they tried to do something with it, but before it was all said and done, whenever I saw they were doing a remake of it, I'm like, it would be easier if they just said, here, I'm Peter Venkman. This is my great-great niece or my sister's estranged niece, Janine. Let her, she's taking my mantle. You could easily have done that, and that would have quelled a lot of the nerd rage. That's the way I would have written it as a man who has written scripts before. I would have done it. So.
Well, I think that's what they're going to do with the new film, the new Ghostbusters film.
It is.
I mean, it really is. I mean, they're just going from that, which is great. I'm so excited about that, man. I cannot wait.
Did you see Sonic movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, surprisingly really good.
Really?
Sam and I loved it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sam especially loved it. I saw it with him in the theater. I was going in with expectations here. And, it's at the bottom. It's a video game movie for kids. It's probably going to be 3 parts fart, 1 part milk, and 7 parts other flatulence jokes. And it wasn't. It was, there was the occasional fart and burp in there, but, it was like, almost, even with my eyesight, and it was good. I'm looking forward to a sequel. Of course, my son was jumping up and down with excitement the entire time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He'll never, he kind of has admitted it, but he's like, he hinted at me the other day of like, what's the rating on the Black Widow? Because he has the biggest crush on Scarlett Johansson.
Rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like join the club, buddy,
Yeah.
Welcome. Vanessa says she'll watch Sonic when he gets on cable, and Sonic farts, he goes light speed.
Well, the whole thing about people flipping out about the teeth, even my son, he was like, Dad, Sonic has teeth. What's wrong with him? I'm like, I don't know, kid.
I showed it to Sam. I showed him the original trailer and the trailer, and he just looked at it. He's like, I'm glad I watched him. That's not Sonic.
Yeah, I like the meme of the kid freaking out. It's awesome, man. Yeah, and that's the other thing I was going to tell you with Star Trek. I'm going to give you a little warning, is because it is on CBS All Access. There is cuss words and there is some adult content, which people are freaking out about.
Yeah, Star Trek's not supposed to have that.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, I didn't really care for it, but that part. But like, I still let my boy's almost 13. And I watched it without him. And then when I would show him an episode, I would literally fast forward if they were going to use a cuss word, just because we don't do that in our house. We're very, traditional house. But I said that in my review on YouTube, and people flipped out. On Twitter, dude, I got trolled so hardcore from people that hated the show. And it's just, I just say as a parent, you just got to be careful of that. It's not TNG, and I found that out the hard way because I watched it and I was just shocked. That's the only thing that's a little different.
Yeah, there's I know what you mean. It would be. It was always shocking to hear Jonathan Frakes.
Yes.
Damn it! Damn light speed, and it was even worse hearing LeVar Burton do that. And this is the Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to say that.
No.
But, I always kind of, I knew that, people would, language would. I kind of got past that when Data was going down. The ship was going down.
Yes.
Like holding it and shaking. And he's like, oh, I'm not fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
It got a laugh. I could see that. But it's just like, they don't cuss in the 25th century.
No, I'm with you, man. I mean, I'm old school. I'm old school TNG, but yeah.
Uh-huh. Whiskey that us better than our rolled newspapers wrapped in okay. Rolled newspapers wrapped in electrical tape.
Yeah.
I never did that. Kind of glad I didn't. I would have gotten in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a bad kid. I did like to make things, but occasionally, one of your brothers or sisters aggravate you. When you have it, you just whack them with it without thinking it. Next thing you know, it's taken from you. All right. So I am curious. I want to see it. Mostly I want to see if Data makes a comeback because I was really upset in the last movie when he died. I know that Brent Spinner is in it, whether or not he's playing Data or I don't remember the other character's name from the movie. Okay.
B4.
B4, yes, B4.
Yes, brother.
I kind of felt like he was shoehorned in there. And as a nerd, I kind of jokingly came up with my own movie, not joking, but I kind of mentally wrote my own movie to end everything and bring him back, which was, I was going to call it like Star Trek. I don't remember what I had, but it was going to be like Star Trek Generations. S, or it was like Star Trek Universe or something like that, to where DS9 and Voyager and the Enterprise all meet together. But reason why is because there's a civil war in the Q continuum. And Q comes in to basically and a way I thought I'd bring in the Deep Space Nine is you would have the wormhole aliens, as they were called, come out as part of the battlers, the battling people to help fight off the Q. But Q shows up asking for the help, and he's just like, "Where's the Tin Man? There. Now we can be together." It's a cheap way to do it, but it would have worked.
Yeah, it would have.
And it's very cheap, but it would have. It's just like, and somebody did say this when I mentioned this, and he said, "Here's the problem. Is whatever a Q does, a Q can undo."
Yeah.
So that's
true.
That is, but still,
Well, it's
okay,
funny.
Vanessa says, "My brothers and I had newspaper swords. We watched lots of Errol Flynn." Yeah, me too. I like Errol Flynn. I like Errol Flynn. He was always fun.
Yeah, man, that's some good stuff. I mean, come on, that's where Star Wars came from.
Yeah, him and no, I'm thinking Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones was the old serials, which man. You want to watch some cheesy, good fun. That's some fun stuff. Guys, I hate to do this, but it's pushing 10:15. I don't know how long some of these. I could just talk with you all night, man, and just hang out with all of you.
Definitely.
It has been great. I'd say, what movies are you looking forward to? But
I know, man.
At this time, so I'm just going to say, everybody out there, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, 6 feet apart, cover when you cough or sneeze, and don't hoard the toilet paper.
Yes. Be kind.
Yes, and with that, thank you so much, and tune in tomorrow night when Kitty Kennedy and I, Christian, off to get to know the know-it-alls. You know why we are the know-it-alls. Cheers, and have a great day, guys.